Good morning, children. So in the last lecture, we studied about the differences between fertilizer and manure and the advantages of manure. Now we are going to study about the next agricultural practice. Next agricultural practice, that is the irrigation. Okay. Can anyone tell me what is the meaning of irrigation? You prepare the soil, the farmer prepares the soil, he does the selection of the soil, right? Good quality seeds, selection of the seeds. He takes out the poor quality of seeds, then he does the sowing. Okay, all the sowing is done, soil fertility is checked. Okay, then what does he do? He just leaves it as it is. What does he do, children? What does he do? He gives water to the seeds. He takes care so that with the help of water, the seeds can germinate. So the watering of the farm is called irrigation. So the next agricultural practice that we are going to study today is irrigation. All living beings need water to live. Water is important for growth and development. Of course, as we need water, you can live without food for 2 or 3 days, but you cannot live without water, right? Water is very essential for all the living beings. Water is absorbed by the plant roots. We water the plants, so where that water is going inside the soil, but from the soil, how is it reaching to the plants? It's reaching with the help of roots. The roots, they absorb the water from the soil and then transfers it to different parts of the plant. Along with water, minerals and fertilizers are also absorbed. Not only water, even the minerals and the fertilizers which the farmers have sprinkled, that also is reaching the plant. Water is essential because germination of seed, you know what is germination, right? Germination of seed does not take place under the dry conditions. If the soil is kept dry, the seed will not germinate. You can see, you have seen about the sprouted seeds, right? We soak it for 6 to 8 hours and then we keep on sprinkling the seeds. Only after we sprinkle the seeds with water, then we can see the sprouts in the seeds, right? So it cannot grow under the dry conditions. Nutrients dissolved in the water are transported to each part of the plant. Water also protects the crop from both frost and hot air currents. Because of this water is present, so the hot and the currents of the air, hot currents of the air means the loo what you can see during the summer season. It protects, right? Because there is water, it is not getting dried up very fast. To maintain the moisture of the soil for a healthy crop growth, fields have to be watered regularly. If you grow anything, the farmer does the sowing of the seeds, but for its proper growth, right, the field should be watered properly, because if the farmer just leaves it as it is, then germination will not take place, and if at all it takes place, then the production will not be at the topmost level, right? The supply of water to the crops at regular intervals is called irrigation. The farmer does not do the irrigation every day, right? It is at regular intervals. It depends on which season he has sowed the seeds, right? The time and frequency of irrigation varies from crop to crop. The amount of water that the farmer provides to the crop is different. It depends. There are some crops which need very less water. There are some crops which needs more water. So then those crops have to be watered every day. Soil to soil and season to season, right? The amount of water, it depends or it varies from crop to crop. Then soil to soil. In some soil, it is already moistured soil. Fine. And there are in some areas the soil is very dry. Even if you water it today, the next day it becomes dry. So depending on the soil, the farmer decides at what intervals and at what frequency it has to be irrigated. And also from season to season. If it is summer season, then the farmer has to irrigate it frequently. If it is winter, then less frequently. If it is rainy, then if the farmer is lucky, then if there is rainfall, then there is no need for him to water the plants. Whilst in summer the frequency of watering is high. In summer season he has to irrigate the soil every now and then. Yes, can anybody tell me why? Why in summer season the farmer has to frequently irrigate the soil? Yes, why? Because in summer season it's very hot. So the moisture, all it gets dried up. Fine, with the upper, at least the upper layer, it gets dried up. All the moisture will get dried up. So the seed will not be able to germinate, because during the sowing of seeds we have seen that seeds are not kept superficially and they are not even sown very deep. They are sown at a proper level so that they can germinate very easily. So up to that level, if the water gets dried up due to the sun, the heat of the sun, then they will not germinate. So in summer season the farmers have to every now and then or frequently irrigate the soil. Okay. Now sources of irrigation. Fine. Now what is the meaning of sources of irrigation? Sources of irrigation means how the field gets watered, or how the farmer irrigates the field. From where does the farmer obtain the water? The sources of water for irrigation are wells, canals, dams, rivers, tube wells. All these are sources of water. From all these, with the help of all these sources, the farmer can irrigate his land. Okay. Now what are the traditional method of irrigation? Traditional method of irrigation. Traditional method means what? That in olden days, how the farmer used to irrigate his land. So traditional method. Traditional methods are the water available in the wells and lakes and canals is lifted up by different methods in different regions for taking it to the fields. Okay, water is obtained from the rivers and wells with the help of different techniques. Cattle or human labor is used in these methods. So these methods are cheaper but less efficient. Cheaper means it does not cost so much, but they are less efficient. Why they are less efficient? Because the production that we get will be not up to the mark. Okay. The various traditional ways are the pulley system and the chain. The pulley system. Then the next is the chain pump. Then next is the Jetli and the Rahat, right? The Jetli system. And then the Rahat. These are the four traditional methods which the farmer used in the olden days, where they have to, with the help of which they used to irrigate the land. Which are they? They are the pulley system, chain pump, Jetli and the Rahat system. Pumps are commonly used for lifting the water. There are pumps, they place different pumps, and these pumps are working with the help of diesel, petrol, all that. Diesel, biogas, electricity and solar energy is used to run these pumps. Okay, fine. So these are the traditional method of irrigation which the farmer used. But these traditional method, how are they? They are cheap. They are cheap means they are less costly. They are less costly, but they are less efficient. What is the meaning of less efficient? Less efficient means they will not give proper production. Right? The amount that has to be reached, the amount of water that has to be reached, maybe it will not reach, which will ultimately cause less production of the crop. Understood? Okay, so let me again revise. What is irrigation? Irrigation means the watering of the crops done by farmers. That is irrigation. And then this water. What are the sources? From where does farmer bring this water? Right? He doesn't bring from his home. Right? So these are called sources. So from where does the farmer bring the water to irrigate his farm? It brings from the wells, canals, dams, rivers, tube wells, etc. Okay, and then he has got the water. Now what are the traditional ways that he used to irrigate his farm? So traditional methods, right? They were pulley system, which we saw in the wells. You can see in the pulley system, the pulley is placed, and then from the well you can see with the help of a chain or rope or something, the water is taken out from the well. Then it comes the chain pump, jatli, rahat. So all these are the traditional methods. These were cheap for the farmers. These methods were cheap for the farmers, but they were less efficient. Less efficient means the production was not up to the mark. Okay, so it's okay for today. We have studied about irrigation, its sources, and the traditional method. In the next period, we will see the modern method. Modern method means the latest method nowadays. What the farmers are doing or which type of techniques they are using to irrigate their land. That is the modern methods for irrigation. We will discuss it in the next period. Fine. So till then, please go through what I have made you learn and teach. Okay, and then if you have any doubts, you can please ask me. Nobody is asking me any doubts. So if you have, please send a voice message or just write down if you have not understood anything. Okay children, so please go through it so that it becomes very easy when we go further in our topic. Okay children, thank you. Have a nice day.